Let the quarterfinals begin. A rematch from earlier this season, Yeti and Uppercut. And it seems like Uppercut is doing better than he did last time. And now, what has happened here? Both bots have just interlocked. And now Uppercut seems to be in control of this position. And I'm not sure what that real position really is. Yeti uses the force to try and get off, but now he's stuck on his back, and Uppercut just content to leave him there. Uppercut sees no reason to continue this fight. He is going to get this win and move on to the semi-finals. What a bizarre way to kick off the finale. But started off a bit better than he did in the last fight against Yeti, and he definitely continued that. The two got interlocked, and then when Yeti tried to separate them with the forks, he got stuck, ending his Cinderella story. Let the bot battle begin, the second rematch of the episode. Whiplash is already under fire from Bite Force, the 31 seed. He taking a severe beating from the 7 early on. This is similar to what happened in their last fight earlier in the season. In the last episode, the first fight of the last episode of regular season, but Whiplash actually manages to counter Bite Force, putting it into the screws, but they have lost their other wedge, which is preventing them from getting underneath Bite Force, but Bite Force has also lost a fork. Bite Force taking Whiplash for a little ride there. Oh, and now the lifter is dead. Once again. Whiplash is now just a U with wheels. But will Bite Force be able to knock them out like they did last time? It was a very lucky attack from Bite Force that put Whiplash in the screws like that. But now Bite Force has flipped himself after landing good shots on Whiplash. Whiplash playing very fair, flips Bite Force back. And now Bite Force to continue to deliver shots, but Whiplash seems to be unfazed, and even the loss of one fork, Bite Force, now a second one, Bite Force's ability to hit Whiplash consistently is heavily compromised. Bite Force may have to rethink those forks, that fork design in its later fights, or maybe next season, depending on what happens. Whiplash could still turn this around. Now they're up in the screws again, and Bite Force is completely dominating this fight. But the loss of his forks is not making that easy for him. Another great shot from Bite Force. Whiplash taking absolute pounding at the moment, but but nothing is really happening to him. It's like Bite Force is down to one fork. Yes, it is. Another fork on Whiplash might be able to at least stall this fight. Hope to somehow get underneath. And Whiplash is up on the screws again, and Bite Force flips himself again, but Whiplash once again flipping Bite Force back. Bite Force has already suffered one incredible stroke of bad luck this season. They don't want to be sued for causing a second. We all know what happened to Shockwave. We all know what happened to him. So Whiplash will not be going that route and takes another big shot. And I don't think Whiplash cares too much about losing this season and if they're willing to do this. They got to the quarterfinals as a 31 seed. And Bite Force keeps pulling this fight. Oh, Whiplash, and Bite Force flips himself for a third time, but Whiplash once again looking to free him, knowing the exact cost of not freeing him, and what that could mean for his future. But now Whiplash is Bite Force has lost the last fork, and Whiplash is starting to take control in these final few seconds, but this is a battle that will go to a judge's decision. Bite Force had some extremely bad luck in this fight, but good sportsmanship from Whiplash and just overall better quality allowed him to take control. That he ripped off the lifter and the wedges very early on and just dictated the pace, but his forks slowly fell off, leading him to flip himself 3 times during the fight, but Whiplash freed him every single time. And just showing how much of a good sport Whiplash was. It'll definitely negatively impact Bite Force in the judges' scorecards, but they really just dominated the fight. Whiplash never really had a major offensive, and that may cost him. And this was the end of the fight. That's right. And Whiplash did start to take control at the end, but it may not be enough to sway the judges. Who knows? We'll see. Your winner by 9-6 judge decision is Bite Force. Let the bot battle begin. Siege Engine actually gets underneath Tantrum there and really gets underneath him and is able to take advantage. Siege Engine putting Tantrum under a lot of pressure early, breaks off the weapon belt. Tantrum gets shocked but gets around to the back of Siege Engine, flips him over. Right now he's looking to throw him out of the arena. Oh my goodness. And he's done it. Tantrum wins and moves on to the semifinals to face Uppercut, but what a scare the number 1 seed had there the first time they were put under stress. Genshin had Tantrum under fire in the first part of this fight. They flipped him, got him on his side, and ripped off the armor belt, but Tantrum got around to the back and landed just 3 hits and threw Siege Engine out of the arena, and he will face Uppercut in the next round for a shot at the final. Let the final quarterfinal begin. Thunderbolt nearly lands a flip on Nemesis. This Nemesis able to repel it, but now Thunderbolt has them pinned in the corner. And Thunderbolt landing several flips, and now Nemesis is on the ropes for the first time this season. Nemesis is on the back foot. At the channel mascot under serious pressure from the Flipper King. And Thunderbolt is being very aggressive. There's a massive flip from Thunderbolt, the biggest shot that Nemesis has taken all season. And the channel mascot, who's been undefeated in the regular season, gasping for air, and Thunderbolt continues its relentless attack. And now the self-rider is broken off. Nemesis is hurt and back up against the wall, but landing some quality shots. Can Nemesis find a way to turn this tide? Thunderbolt is being very smart, allowing Thunderbolt Nemesis to hit the corner, and now they have flipped the unself-rightable Nemesis, and now they throw him out of the arena. Unbelievable. The 3 seed is gone, and will join the 4 seed, the 5 seed, and the 2 seed on the sidelines. Thunderbolt marches on. Knockout. Thunderbolt took a page out of Siege Engine's playbook, landing an aggressive sequence of flips to start the fight. Nemesis was able to fire back with some solid shots, but was unable to do any real damage to Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt landed a massive flip, more similar to what it's used to, and the self-rares came off, and it was all over from there. Nemesis was thrown out of the arena, and Thunderbolt advances to face Bite Force in the semifinals. Let the first semi-final begin. Bite Force gets underneath Thunderbolt, slams him into the corner. That Thunderbolt landed its biggest flip on Nemesis in just a couple minutes ago. Bite Force completely dominating this fight to start, but Thunderbolt can turn things around in a single attack in an instant. But he's already thrown out of the arena. Bite Force sees won it in a ridiculously easy manner and advances to the grand final. 1 knockout. First beat Thunderbolt like he's beaten nearly all of his opponents, just complete and total domination. Thunderbolt was completely smothered, and it was easily thrown out of the arena, leaving Bite Force to advance to the finals. Let the bot battle begin. Tantrum and Uppercut clashing for a spot in the finals against Bite Force, and Tantrum is getting underneath Uppercut. Uppercut takes a bit. Oh, great shot by Tantrum there, sending Uppercut flying into the wall. And now Uppercut's weapon appears to be damaged, and Tantrum is kicking him back. And the Uppercut is on his side. Tantrum capitalizes, splitting Uppercut in 2. Oh my goodness, Tantrum with another perfect win, advancing to the finals to face off against Bite Force. Tantrum versus Bite Force is your final, folks. Uppercut took some major damage from Tantrum, and he just could not recover from that hit. Tantrum just completely obliterated Uppercut and just sent him all the way for the win. Let the bot battle begin. Turns out with this fight, we have exactly 200 fights this season, and it turns out that Thunderbolt has been split into 2. Okay, Uppercut with a very destructive win to end his season. He may not have made it to the finals, but he still ends his season with a very destructive knockout of Thunderbolts.
2, 1, knockout.
Really took was one hit, and Thunderbolt just collapsed into two. Maybe that damage from Bite Force was too much. Alright, here we go. 199 fights has led us to these two bots, Tantrum and Bite Force, the two most dominant bots in this competition. One of them will go home with a giant nut, the other will not, and go home with bin. Let the grand final begin. What a shot by Tantrum to start this one off, and Tantrum is already showing that Tantrum is the lower bot, and this looks like an easy win for Tantrum at the start of this fight. A Bite Force scrambling for an answer here, and they nearly get flipped over. Tantrum completely on this fight, but Tantrum has his side exposed, and Bite Force capitalizes with a great attack to behind. In Tantrum, what a sequence by Bite Force, as Tantrum looks rattled, and Bite Force gets underneath Tantrum's wedge. An unbelievable counter shot by Bite Force leads Bite Force to be able to get underneath. The number 1 seed Tantrum is on the ropes. Bite Force takes control, and he rips the wedge off. Oh my goodness! As Tantrum bleeding from every pore now, and Bite Force is looking to seal this one, and he's done it. What a comeback from Bite Force, and they will be taking home the giant nut with an incredible out of the arena victory over the nearly unstoppable force that was Tantrum. Initial wave of shots left Bite Force gasping for air. They nearly got flipped over several times, and it was looking like Tantrum was going to be this was going to be an easy cleanup job for Tantrum. However, after a great shot from Tantrum, they exposed their side unintentionally, and Bite Force capitalized brutally, getting underneath, getting to the back, and crippling that wedge enough so that Bite Force was able to get underneath. And once that happened, it was just a few shots until Bite Force ripped the entire wedge off. Tantrum's decline started rapidly, and Bite Force just ripped the armor away, and soon it was out of the arena for an emphatic win for Bite Force. And after all of this time, over 6 months of Lego Robot Combat, here he is, your champion, Bite Force. What an incredible season it's been.